Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 7 of my Let's Play series. Today I am going to be working on the hole over here, the tree farm, and decorating up the sides of it. In the last episode I gathered all of these materials which we're going to use, and I've got even more back in my base. If that isn't enough, and we're going to get it all decorated up and the top covered with glass so that it is totally done. But before I do any of that, my tools are looking much worse for wear, so I am going to go and repair them. Now, I didn't want to have to go all the way over to my end portal, which is a couple thousand blocks away, so I'm just down here with my villagers, and I've been running low on redstone anyway, so I am just going to trade up a bunch of redstone with these villagers here and repair my tools this way. I might even get a couple books and probably some quartz from my stonemasons, and this will repair up my tools totally. Alright, so we traded with our villagers down there, and we also managed to get almost 2 stacks of redstone blocks. That took quite a while, but now I am ready to start the big project over here. Now, I didn't quite do the math on this hole correctly last time for the walls. I was just accounting for the machine plus 1 extra block, but the way that I'm going to do it, I'm going to do the wood set in 1 block like we've done here. So I'm actually going to need to take out 1 layer of each of these walls, but that shouldn't be too big of a job. I'm going to leave the top layer of grass because then the terracotta is going to come along like that. So I'm going to take out basically 1 layer of this all the way around, put the black carpets in the bottom, put the spruce up the walls, put the terracotta on, and then cover the entire thing with glass on the top. And I believe I'm actually going to use black glass. I said I was going to use gray before, but I put the 2 next to each other, and I much prefer the black to the gray, the way that it looks when you're standing on top of it. This looks much cleaner than this does. This just looks a little bit muddy. So that is the plan for this, and I'm going to get it started right now in the form of a third-person time-lapse. So let's get it going. And there we go. We have the full design for our tree farm underground built up. I love how this has turned out. It looks great. I like that it's nice and simple so that you sort of focus on the farm itself. And we of course still have our entrance over here. We can pop down, get right inside, use the tree farm, and then get back up just here. And I covered up a lot of the water down there as well, but it still pops up into these chests over here. Used up quite a bit of what we made already, but this is just fantastic. So, this didn't take, I mean, it took quite a while, but it didn't take too long. So I've got another project that I want to get done today. I've been working on getting a source for all of the different colors of dye that's renewable. And so what I wanted to do for another project today is build up a 2-tall flower farm. So first things first, I came over to my storage system and started looking through, and the only flower that I found 2-tall was the rose bush. So I need to fly out and get some flowers. I need to find the sunflower, the lilac, and the other one. And then I'm going to build up a 2-tall flower farm. So let's do some searching. And we're back. So we have one of each type. I have the sunflower, rosebush, peony, and lilac. And now what I want to do is build up a farm for these. And I'm not going to go into a testing world and build something up. I know the mechanics on how these work, so I'm just going to build something up freestyle, little build. I'm going to put it over by the tree farm over there and everything. And yeah, I'm just gonna kind of wing it and see how it goes. The idea is to make it as fast as possible, auto-filling, hopefully with the bone meal, and as long as it's got bone meal in it, I think it should be running, so it'll be automatic as well. All we'll have to do is drop bone meal and it'll work. So let's do a little third-person time-lapse of me experimenting and building that up. So let's get it going. And there it is. We have our very simple 2 tall flower farm over here in a nice little hut. I made a little chimney back there where it's taller, and you can just walk right up here and place bone meal in this chest, and it will be automatically distributed and used by the different ones. So let's just give this a go. The minecart will automatically go across. Oh, it's triggered by how much is in it, so I'll have to put in a little bit more than that. So we will see it fill up, and then the minecart will go across any second now. Any second now. There it goes. And they automatically kick off and use as much bone meal as they've gotten. Look at that, and they just start producing like crazy as long as it's got bone meal. Just keeps flowing in. And then down here is where we can get our 2 tall flowers. So there we go. There's quite a bit. I've got all these rails and dirt in here from the hoppers. But there we go. We have a functional 2 tall flower farm in a little building over here. And so now I just need to come over here and clean up all of my... What's happening? Clean up all of my stuff that I popped down over here. Iron box, redstone box. Get these all back in my ender chest. And then I need to grab a little bit more bone meal, and I just want to run these for a little bit and see how much we can get. Alright, I have searched high and low in my base and in all of my chest, and the bone meal that I have managed to find is this. 3 stacks of bone meal and 16. We used a lot of bone meal to fill up this machine here, and I used quite a bit in the testing of that as well. There is some bone meal sitting around because this is also a flower farm, but this farm also needs bone meal. That farm needs bone meal. This farm needs bone meal. This one uses a lot of bone meal, so I think I'm going to need a more reliable source of bone meal. I have just fired up the mob farm here, and it's starting to work, and I'm going to AFK here for a bit, but I think I want a source that is just bone meal. So I think in the next episode, what I'm going to build up is probably a melon-powered bone meal farm, a massive one, like probably 10, 12 chunks of melons with flying machines that go and pick up the melons and take them into composters and automatically make bone meal. And I think it'll be quite a big project. And that way we will not be worried about running out of bone meal anymore. So I think what I'll do is I'll build it up fairly close to this side of the island, probably maybe out here in the bay. Just so that when I'm like AFK at the tree farm or whatever, maybe I can even set it up to automatically feed the bone meal into whatever farm I want it to go into, maybe with some kind of water stream. I think I might do that. So yeah, I think I'm definitely going to build it up over here. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to this farm and I'm going to do a bunch of AFKing to get some bone meal so that we have everything that we need to build the melon and pumpkin farm. I'm going to need to make quite a few melon seeds, so use some bone meal. And then I've got my old melon farm, which is down just underneath this one. It's a very small building. I'll show you. But yeah, so I think I'm going to do that in the next episode, and I'm going to do a bunch of AFKing here. You can see all the mobs falling down, but again, they're not all skeletons, so this isn't as efficient as a straight bone meal farm would be. So I'm going to do that in the next episode, but this episode I am going to call here in my AFK spot. Thank you so much for watching. If you're liking the videos, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.